有了来了 OK everybody can see
Yeah
Just now that page you refresh the page then you turn on the volume Sister Effie you can see
在这个进藏里面，其实你这个时候同时的身口意同时的精进，
包括之間同高雄心恁兩當外的大愛手語對合作，比手語傳承經驗，嘛互較少年的志工智慧增加，真的是很歡喜，因為隊形不同的一個演繹，不同的一個說法，讀書會精彩的分享，互真濟人重新對手語熱愛。我已經好幾年沒有練手語了，透過金師姐這樣的分享，我就一個念頭，我要重新再回來練手語，妙手生華，無聲碎幻，加發行英文，放入手語嘛，放入心內，大新聞陳真成立為高雄報道。
好，
Now
非
is
常
teacher
感
Meilin
恩所
talking
有的家
already
人，我們現在直播出開心自己哈。那每個禮
Turn
拜
on your
三的一
volume
個
you click
早
on
上，
the
邀約大
speaker
家傳
button
法隨序言
you
才
need to
連
turn on
線讀書一起來，所以很感恩哦。現在已經
So
在
the
所有
translation
線
was
上的
start
家
now?
人，如果您是手機的話，麻煩
Yes,
呢，您
translation
趕
was
快
start
打
now.
開手機，同時呢，
I
讓我們
can't
知道
hear
杰师兄
你在哪
我們現在
裡，
開始了
寫上你的
是嗎？
名字，甚至給我
口譯
們最及時的一個回饋哈。即便在主場的家人都請你拿起
開始了哈
手機，我們很快會把我們的直播網址
Thank
給
you.
你，請大家
Okay,
一
we
直
all the rest of
傳
us
出去
mute. Then let
傳出去
Sister
傳
Effie
出去
start.
全體
Andrew,
齊
I cannot
合掌。
see anyone.
向佛
Good
菩
morning.
薩
Let us
及
know
上
where
人
you are
行三
now.
問訊禮問訊，
Wherever you are,
再問訊
we，are very fast. We're going to start
三
the
問訊，
this sharing. Please share as well as
合
possible.
掌恭頌，傳承法脈心相繫，弘揚中門志不移，慈濟因緣會珍惜，盡思法隨無量義。親愛的上人金色師父，所有線上的家人，早上好！讓我們嘴角上揚，舉起右手
Palms together.
上人發願，一起
Let us
行
share the
行
Dharma.
進，Go go go！
We will appreciate and cherish the affinity with Suchi. Good morning. We have the strength to make vows together with Master Cheng Yen. Let us continue to move forward, go, and will be diligent as days goes by. We will get close to Master's heart. This is our beginning and start of the book. This is what Master mentioned to us. Master word said, go, do, and carry on. Let us be more diligent. Our book study will start now. And this is our affinity with Suchi. 10 years ago, we tell ourselves that we have to be diligent, will not be indolent. Let us. There's a difference in time zone. Let us grasp this affinity. Let us spread the Dharma. Let us get connected online in the book study. Everybody, hope you are well. And if you are already up online connected with us right now, please give us some feedback. Please give us some feedback so that we know where you are. Very grateful. And those around, you can raise your hand, give some feedback. Let us send our blessings to our team. We all know that masters have a group of talented people beside her to be together to let us be broad-minded, be more open heart and sincere, always have a very harmonious heart to connect with others when we are in other. This is what masters expect from us, to be united and harmonious, and to be what master aspires the followers to be. Let us put our palms to our heart and tell Master Cheng Yen that we are your desire, we are your most diligent disciple or follower. We try our best to tell Master not to worry, that we will stand by her and will follow her footsteps. We will follow this book study to be diligent and hardworking in following the book study. Let us clap our hands because we have already now entered 2019 to enter this book study. We believe in ourselves that we are courageous and bold in following the Dharma. We have to continue with the religion, just like what Master says. Master says that in Taiwan, not because Taiwan people is not doing enough, but every one of us must carry on to do every minute, every second. We do our best. Master asks us to follow the book study Nali Chuchi. And this is the beginning of how Master connects with the disciples. So she says that she has not said enough. She wants us to encourage us to follow her footsteps. Always move forward. First leg move forward and lift our left leg. Always be ready to share our good Dharma and share it with others. Always let the Dharma flourish. Let us speak Tzu and share the Dharma fragrance with everyone. Let us be diligent. 7 years ago, when I lead this book study, as time goes by, this is a testimony of that more and more people have benefited from this book study. This is why that Suchi has strengthened over the years through this book study. Let us go, be immersed in the Dharma. Let us cherish the blessings from Master. I just reported to Master Cheng Yen last week that we have started with the book study that cross borders and countries in this book study. I told Master this is the first team and the second team. Today we have another team from Malaysia and Singapore team. Let us give our applause to this team, to Brother Eugene, Brother Andrew, Sister Teresa, Sister Xiaoqing, Sister Lily, and Sister Effie. In case you have other friends in other countries that could not understand Chinese, could now have this opportunity to link to this book study because we have a translation team. I write in Chinese, I speak in Chinese. My students told me that I could not understand much in Chinese. Through translation, through all those PPT, they will use the translation. They will ask their son and daughter, their children, not knowing Chinese, they ask their children and family members to help to translate on Google. Brother Andrew Lim is fully English educated. She shared that he takes a lot of effort in knowing, trying to Google and translate the Chinese script into English. They've done a lot of background work and preparation, and this team has already worked closely together with all the translation and preparation. There are many touching stories. Now, all of you who are online, we are very grateful that this is the time we have get connected online. Let us bless our family, Dharma family members. The brothers and sisters have provided some feedback. There are many stories that are very touching. If you follow this book study, you'll be touched and know what's happening around. We are very happy and appreciate the feedback from our group. They are very happy to be associated and part of this team, and they want to continue to be diligent. There's a family from Ipoh also provided some feedback that the report provided by us is very good. Another brother from Singapore also appreciated and praised what we are doing now in this book study, that this the team in this book study are very good. They are very inspired by what has been presented in this book study. All these feedbacks are very encouraging and inspiring. There are many others who have feedback, especially from China and from Thailand. Let our Australia also able to benefit from this study, from all the programs that we have lined out. Last week, this sister have tried, after listening to the book study, have tried to promote vegetarian. She herself has written a script that she's very touched, so amazing that this could happen, to be able to join this study group, and have learned a lot. There are many people from China who have also provided some positive feedback and blessing, send her blessings to everyone who is online now. We all are very touched. We are all very touched, and the Selangor team has asked for sharing how they go about this. So in this area, in this feedback, we let everyone know how incredible this book study has formed. This is to uphold and follow the teachings of Master Cheng Yen. We are happy that the Malaysian team now is ready to translate, to do their best to translate. Kindly provide your feedback so as to give us some support so that we can improve further. Now we are back in Hualien. So people who are staying at home, they are also following this book study right now, giving us support. People from Beijing, they're saying that they love Sangren. And last week, this sister provided feedback and gave us her blessings and support to us. All these are from various overseas platform. Very grateful that all of them, very grateful to all the team members who have joined to translate. They are very impressed, and we are now grateful. So many people have been asking who wrote this script. Afterwards, I will come back to you all again in later part. Today is the first part we are talking about. They are in Chicago. And let us now watch this video, how they went on.
Put on a smile and with a gentle voice to invite and serve the tea to your parents. Before embark on the tea ceremony, the flower arrangement, children to wash their hand and have a grateful thought always. Pay grace to teacher, parents, elders, and all the sentient beings. There are various types of flowers and leaves and have its own nature, and flower arrangement is a teaching of life. It is not only teaching the flower arrangement or tea making or tea serving. Through these activities, we teach children how to be grateful and respectful. Actually, my children loves me more than I love him. Meals making and feeling have been experienced by the children. In future, I will have my children to join Tzu Chi activities more frequently.
透过新闻也知道北京的这个部分，我们也一起来祝福哈，一切平安。那接下来我们一定要说，我喜欢和你在一起了，一起来，我喜欢和你在一起，因为你有正能量。我们邀约到的是我们现在在北加州，但是也在北京回来台湾，所以两岸三地的。
I like to be together with you because you have the positive strength. We are at the North California.
大家有没有觉得每次上线的时候是这样的一个方式？好，然后现在我们把时间交给我们的时间 ，OK， 可以了，欢迎你们。好，他们要共享画面哦。
Now let us hand over the time to another team. Welcome. They will share their screen.
有给他们了，对不对？好，来 ，OK， 非常好。来，麻烦时间，你们可以讲话了，声音要开哦。好，是。
Okay, remember to on your mic.
时间，很高兴我们又在寰宇大因缘，大家又相聚了。这个疫情呢，科技就变成了神通。大家有没有发现？
Very happy that we can meet again. With this technology, we can interact with each other. Today, we want to do an examination. I have prepared a few apples. These apples are very fresh. The first apple will wrote as grateful. Second apples, I hate you. The fifth apple is with Ami Tuofor, written with Ami Tuofor. Let's see the picture. You see the apples is getting rot. 70 days. The appearance, the skin are rotten. 74 days. And you see some of the apples turn black. Yeah. The word Kan'en on the apples is turned black, but the middle one wrote with the Ami Tuofor. In 100 days, it still looks fresh. After cut open, you can see that the apples are rotten, except the middle. So the word with the 讨厌, I hate you, are all rotten. Now let us look at the apple that is written with Ami Tuofor. It still looks fresh. What is the reason? So
it's an experiment. It's an experiment that written in Ami Tuofor have proven. Let us listen to this brother. I'm also not sure.
Later found out that with the sincerity we have touched the heart of all the heavenly beings and everything to allow us to accomplish the task of distribution to all the needy. We have created so much of affinity along the way, and the Buddha Dharma can transform many things. We must have faith, as faith is the source of the way, mother of merits and virtues. We have to have faith with Buddha Dharma and Tzu Chi. So from the experience of distribution Master have spread the Dharma via online over the cloud. Master opened the door. So, like Brother Zihui have advised to be diligent in listening to the Dharma. So Master have opened the door of skillful means to have 5 sessions of online wisdom at
Master opened the doors, many doors for everyone to enter online to listen to the Dharma. Let's everyone be diligent.
5:20 to wake up to listen to Xun Fa Xiang Wisdom at Dawn. There are 5 sessions of repeats.
Let us connect ourselves. We are connected, and at one time we are connected through listening to Dharma in the morning. We're using technology to meet and using technology to link together. This is the method. This is the method how we got connected with each other in the early dawn. Everyone was so diligent. There are many language barriers faced by others. Masters is using a Malani, Taiwanese Hokkien. Yet there are many people able to translate on the spot to benefit their own respective communities and countries.
Everybody.
Every English wording was being typed out to match the Chinese in translating the morning Xun Fa Xiang. So as they listen to Master, they try their level best to translate using, in English. So they translate on live, and we can see I still have many more diligent. They are using many diligent bodhisattvas who are also translating online either in Chinese or in English. Everybody can see this screen. Below is in Chinese and the up is in English. Two languages at the same time. Really, these bodhisattvas are very diligent. The English group is represented. The focal English team is from Malaysia. In Malaysia is from Sister Xiaoqing. So that's why we say that we have to be diligent in listening to the Dharma. The most precious thing is that everybody can share together after the Xun Fa Xiang. The other teams are also sharing input, their sharings, insights after the Xun Fa Xiang from US, from Australia, from Asia. All on screen now, we can see all the various sharings from their notes after they have listened to the morning Dharma talk. Also, we have other people who are using Chinese, or they are using drawings. They are using drawings to transfer what they heard and their insights through drawings and pictures. So there are various methods. This one is from Malaysia. It's from Sister Xiaoqing, who is English educated. So her Xun Fa Xiang notes has been translated into drawings for easier understanding to benefit more people. So many people share through online. Let us open our microphone and let us listen to how they listen to the Dharma.
Tzu volunteers very happy at attending the wisdom at dawn, practice diligently and go amongst the masters, attend to the charity cases. Master, please be at ease. May Master be at best of health, abide in the world for a long time, turn the Dharma wheel continuously. We carry out our Tzu mission in harmony, unity, and concerted effort.
This is the second sharing from the sister. She attend the Shinfaxian every day. And she told Master she will be diligent. She wished Master good health. This is another sharing from another brother, his insights. And so all of us are able to listen to all these Dharma family members, how they share after they listen to after attending the morning Dharma talk. They also write notes from Hebei, China. There are many sisters who also share the insights through their notes posted online.
Grateful to all my beloved friends, provide uncountable tolerance, allow me to have opportunity to sing the daily insight of Shinfaxian. Both of these brothers share the insight via the song singing. And our Malaysia Dharma team, they have weekly sharing, and they have this sharing via Zoom. And in North California, this is the North California Shinfaxian group sharing and proceed to breakfast, and they continue with the Dharma wheel turning. And these fruits that are served are coming from they plant from their home. Attend to the wisdom at dawn together, immersed in the dew of Dharma and benefit together. Together listen to the Dharma and witness the great love, diligently seek for Dharma, increase our wisdom life daily. We must follow closely the steps of our Master, listen to wisdom at dawn every day. Kan'en, we must be diligent to learn Dharma. Go, go, go.
真的这样10分钟有没有觉得很饱满？而且是透过我们现在的科技，也就现在的科技。
Let us give a big round of applause to all the sharing. So in 10 minutes, we go through using technology that can give the spiritual power to see, to know. There are so many others sharing their insights all over the world. Anybody? Please use your fastest time. Please provide your feedback as fast as possible for us to improve. In the month of June, we'll have an interview group. We only have 10 minutes. Let us.
I have flipped through the Jingsi aphorism. This Jingsi aphorism must have caused this 33-year-old care recipient, Miss Chen, to have courage, singing the song of life, longevity, and blessing to her brother. 3 years ago, Miss Chen brothers was suddenly diagnosed with brain tumor, and this have caused hardship to the family. I feel sorry about it's the time when you are healthy, I did not cherish you, and now you are sick, I could not bear to see you suffer, and I will be losing you. Miss Chen is working and mother works as a cleaner. They have to bear the cost of medical treatment and realize this illness could bring about poorness. Relatives and friends are trying to avoid us, and only Tzu Chi come forward to provide assistance. Whenever she has time, she will settle all her tasks at hand. This is not an easy feat. One more one more thing heartfelt is she aspired to solicit donation for Tzu Chi to help the needy. Miss Chen said it's a small contribution from me. I also shared with my colleagues. When Miss Chen shared with me, I told her I too would like to contribute a little to help the needy. Such is the love for the needy. Even though end of last year her brother passed away, she became strong and courageous again and let the cycle of love continue to flow. Report from Tzu Chi Kaohsiung volunteers. Now let us listen to the volunteers who have accompanied Xiaoling师姐. Good morning, everyone. Xiaoling's parents were divorced. Her father left the family when they were very young. Her mother worked as a part-time cleaner in one of the organizations. Her brother was a computer engineer. Xiaoling works at petrol station at Zhongyu. They live happily even though they live in moderation. And on the 10th of July, Xiaoling's brother had a severe headache and went to Rongzhong for medical checkup and found out there was a rare tumor which could spread. As the location of the tumor was very deep in the brain, he went through 8 surgeries where the scalp were detached from the brain before the tumor could be removed. After this major surgery, this brother was bedridden and needed someone to take care. And in September, due to some insurance coverage, his brother was moved to another nursing home. As the medical expenses was very high, it caused a financial burden to Xiaoling and family. Hence, in October, she sought help from Tzu Chi office. After assessment, Tzu Chi have provided an emergency financial aid of 20,000 NT dollar and monthly contribution to support the family. On the 28th March was her brother's birthday. Xiaoling hoped Tzu Chi volunteers could come together to celebrate the birthday. So the Tzu Chi volunteers were very mindful and bought a birthday cake based on his flavor taste. I was invited to join, and I thought need to get a birthday card for him. Hence, about 5 p.m., I have handmade a birthday cake. I draw a birthday cake and wrote words of encouragement and blessing. On that day, on the night, Xiaoling and brother were very moved and heartfelt. So let us now invite Sister Siu Mei Sijie to share with us the story of how she accompanied and cared for Xiaoling. Good day, everyone. After Xiaoling finished her work, she would visit and take care of his brother in the nursing care. She would bring the Tzu Chi volunteers and share with his brother the content of the Tzu Chi volunteers so that he can listen to Master's teaching. She normally did not cry in front of her mother, but he will hide and cry. If you have anything to say, you can always call me. So Xiaoling's mother decided to bring her brother home to take care, and coincidentally, there is such a used bed, medical bed that can be given to Xiaoling's brother. Her brother's tumor.
During the period of time, the condition of the brother get worsened, so Xiaoling went back. The doctor recommended that there shouldn't be another operation because it will affect the brain. So if this time, if you go for another operation, so Xiaoling was very confused and very fearful. On one hand, she wants to comfort her mother. On another hand, she tried to suppress her feelings. At that point of time, I told Xiaoling, please grab a moment, a time, and apologize to your brother. And in December, all the volunteers at 2:30 p.m. gathered. I was not able to sleep that night, so I received a message that the mother called that to Xiaoling saying that the condition of the brother had worsened. So her emotions was quite low. At that 3:30 a.m., we told her that the volunteers will reach the hospital. Please be calm. We'll reach there. So our small group of volunteers arrived at the hospital bed. The brother's condition was quite bad. So I told the brother that I know that you're very tired. I know that you're very tired and very difficult. Please, and I know that you want your illness to be to recover as soon as possible. But please bear in mind that everything depends on affinity and the condition. Please let go. Your little sister here will take over your role to look after the mother. This is what I told the brother. After I finished those words, Chin shed a tear. In less than 1 minute, very quietly and peacefully, he passed on. In times during the time when we accompany Shiqing, Shiqing said that she can feel the love from all Dharma volunteers and Master's compassionate heart. We have been together with her. She can feel, she wants to use this love to spread up to other people. Now she's a donating member to Shiqing. And she is very diligent in recruiting new bodhisattvas and recruiting donations. We are very grateful for this translation team. So every while, we are fortunate that we have so many teams to share their insights. Now please provide some feedback for those who are online. Please give us some feedback. People in Japan, they're asking Japan, and wherever you are in Xiamen, some in Kaohsiung, Canada. Everybody are providing feedback. So I'm unable to listen just now, but I'll get connected. All who are following the Kaohsiung Book Study now, please use your handphone now to provide your feedback. Some are present in this hall. We are very grateful for the team efforts, and we are very inspired by Chin's. Please send your messages and feedback to your friends. Singapore mentioned that she's very happy to be associated and to be part in this book study team. Some are at home watching this online. The English team is very long. So there are many English educated translators now to provide more English. more English speakers, educated people to join this team. Many are still online. Some of them are working, yet they are still connect themselves online. It's very good, inspiring. We are very grateful that we are following the world through this channel, through this platform. Some from Malaysia. Today, I'm very happy to be able to join this group from Malaysia. Some Malaysian sisters have recorded their gratefulness, their appreciation to be able to connect now. So never stop chanting Amitabha. Very grateful and with the sharings from teacher. In this group, more than 9,000 people are able to get connected through live broadcasting, through PPTs. So many can benefit from these sharings. So please join us in this group. I didn't know that the Malaysian team, they have their own story of now we'll go to the US team. Initially, they have 5 people. Now there are some more who want to join.
Okay. Australia, hearing about the financial aid they have brought for foreign workers. Taiwan volunteer posted banners to promote vegetarian. The banners are found in the street corners. They urge help save life. For Wuhan, also stay fast in Dharma learning, and as well as from Beijing also, they have documented a life journey and celebrate his birthday, much like family were. 60 volunteers share about their personal experiences in long-term care, vegetarian promotion, and how they turn vows into action. And create more blessings by doing good. This is from a dentist from America. He written this poem. Taiwan volunteer posted banners to promote. These banners are found in all street corners, but still urge people to help. Wuhan volunteers also stay fast, continue Dharma learning despite the ravage of COVID-19. To fight barriers, they pledge live a vegetarian lifestyle. And Kaohsiung also experienced elderly men. And 60 volunteers share their personal experience in long-term care and vegetarian promotion, how they turn their vow into action. Thousand reminders to be put our mouth created reality that we are in. We can eat up 80% both, live 20% in. We will not only be healthy, but also be harmonious as a society. Let's clap our hands. Thank you so much. You are great. Listen, the team for America is very great in coming up with such a nice poem. Yeah. This is a multi language, Mandarin as well as English, as well as the focus point of the poem. Okay, that is a daily diary by our. Let us welcome Brother Lim on the sun. I am from Kaohsiung.
得闻佛经难，深知佛事难。但是上人持世1秒钟。The translation of the Buddhist scripture say there are 5 difficulties in this world: difficult for the poor to give, difficult for the rich and powerful to learn the way, difficult for anyone to escape death, difficult to read the Buddhist scriptures, difficult to live in the era of Buddha. 另位在师兄 thinks that although it's difficult for the rich to learn the way and difficult to live in the era of Buddha, but as long as we have the heart and determination, we will have all the difficulties overcome. 其实呢，只要有心就不难。你看他这样的心门打开了，都跟大家一起入经藏，很欢喜，来受证以转机来，飞机放在机场，他的随护啦、保镖啦，他让他去睡大饭店，他自己呢就跟慈诚队要受证的。同样精进，同样睡通铺。伊甲我讲，师父，我除了要委员，我阁要做慈诚队。我慈诚队吼，爱去夹指挥交通哦。伊讲我做过啊，我的随扈去坐树仔骹抽签。So we can all read the English translation in the video. 大家人拢为他做见证哦，就是安尼，他富贵。同样呢，学道并不难。好，感恩上人开示，伟才师兄自称为拿什么文凭都难不倒他。唯独要受证为慈诚委员，对他来说是最困难的，因为要轮值勤务，而且呢还要弯腰鞠躬去街头慕心慕爱。那么上人赞叹他一念单纯的心，认真的求法，他用身体力行的方式来留下的善足迹，也体现出了富贵求道并不难。在福建漳州，他们这个传统 Master praises him because he's able to humble himself and go around and spread the Dharma. 但是呢，我们的蔡美生师姐因为受到了上人环保理念的感动，她决定了背负着这些传统的一些观念，她邀请说乡亲们，你们不要把真假钱。So he has been able to learn the truth about the Dharma, and although it's difficult for the poor to give, and it's difficult to read the Buddhist scripture, but as long as there is love in the heart, you can be rich despite being poor. 收纸钱的习俗，蔡美生请原本要送纸钱来的村民们把钱捐作。We should watch the following video. 因为我大声来讲，我是第一个，南边是人的时候，你头啊是拢会较袂理解嘛。Sister Mason says, "I would not think of burning joystick and paper money anymore." At first, there are people who do not understand. They think that the people, when they go to the next world, they need money. But in reality, it's all burning and going to waste. Well, you use that money to donate to someone. Isn't it a better and more meaningful way to spend the money? Well, if I can give the money donated to Tzu and help the poor, this will certainly go a long way. Well, in this Yunnan district, we always think of burning joystick, burning money, but this is our tradition.
But we must change our mindset and perhaps just go to the temple and just put our palms together and pray. Isn't that more meaningful? And we would like to encourage all to adopt vegetarianism. It is not easy. These two sisters will not be burdened by the tradition. He managed to save $1,735 renminbi and donate to Tzu Chi. So despite their poor conditions, they are able to donate this money. We cannot determine the longevity of life, but despite the fact that whether we are rich or poor, no one can escape death. So we have to realize that it's important not to stick to tradition. These are the 4 non-regressions in the Lotus Sutra. First is non-regression in faith. Second, in non-regression in certification. Third, non-regression in level or position. Fourth, non-regression in practice. So we must always go forward and never retreat. Well, there's a cute thing about Tzu Chi volunteers. We do not take off from doing Tzu Chi work. Instead, we take leave to do Tzu Chi work. And we are all happy doing it. How does one create good life for ourselves? We must feel comfortable throughout our life. When we give much, we will feel comfortable in our hearts. And this will rid ourselves of all attachments. And then we will be able to obtain all the nice fruits from our labor. So, what is actually the most worthwhile thing to do in life is to lead a life without stress. Is a life without meaning. Well, happiness is something you need to find yourself. It doesn't matter if you don't get or receive a good report card. As long as we live our life well, it's always worth it. So is life about fate, or is it that we can change our destiny? Here you can read the English translation of the video.
觉醒可转命，迷茫破无明，感恩上人的开示，走进慈济里面，我们不会再迷迷糊糊的随波逐流，随命运而转。我们可以学习做自己的主人，自己来运命。有人说，我们穿这套慈济服，我们的命是算不准的，因为我们常常
So we can aim our life properly in the right direction and walk steadily and securely ahead. We can be master of our own heart and do not be controlled by others. We can certainly change our own destiny. Well, if we cannot contribute, then we will not be able to receive blessings. Kanan everyone, we must create blessings as we contribute our resources. Oh, at first she thought she could not do it. What do you think? I think she did a good job.
你听完他的导读以后，很想要，然后就可以跟社区或其他人分享的。
Such a good book sharing.
对，可是我们真的是完全给出去的。但是一个原则，你一定要在线上。
Yes, it's wonderful sharing. I hope you can share it with your community group.
你可以在社区应用到多少时间？应用到30分钟都没有问题。那最近不是进寺庙莲华吗？
You would like a copy of this sharing? Let us know. We'll give it to you.
其实这些故事，当你去看到上人的导读，这些都是很好的资产，而且都已经剪辑好了哈。我们 Telegram 呢、微信群都有人在帮我们传这个部分，团队是，所以做慈济。
These are all very good resources, and they are well scripted. And if you can pass on this knowledge, it will be wonderful.
没有看诊，用来翻译，而我们其他的家人，他们几乎是上班族，全部请至少半天假。现在新马这个团队就是这样，请假做慈济，给我们新马。
Well, most of the interpreters today are actually working through the week, but actually taking leave.
来，请导播画面哈，画面上看到的就是林伟才。
And they take leave to do the translation. We thank them for their effort.
我有机会，然后去看到这样子的一个感动。那同时间，上个礼拜，雪龙国际学校有上报告，我就觉得他们集团。
This Lim Wei Cai Si Xiong, I was able to watch his sharing one day.
跟伟茶师兄呢，就是一直在邀约他。那我相信有一天他一定会。
Well, when I shared with Master was touched as well.
真的是去学习的，所以我绝对不要讲任何一句话。
Well, I hope one day Lim Wei Cai Si Xiong can come online to share with us one day.
就是去小聚，然后突然间呢，伟才师兄突然给我一个任务，他就说：“哎，这位老师很会主持哦，所以等一下请他。”
Well, Cai Si Xiong actually gave me an assignment. Well, we hope that Lim Wei Cai Si Xiong will say a little something.
所以非常感恩哈，就是伟才师兄其实跟秀美师姐是人品典范哈，所以希望有一天他也可以上线跟我们分享哈。那接下来的时间呢
？We're very grateful for Lim Wei Cai Si Xiong.
在云端，所以我们让大家看一下哈。
Well, hopefully one day we'll hear from him in person.
即将与高雄线上读书会与上人温馨座谈，所以请大家在所有的线上书友可以帮我们传这个连结吗？就是这个礼拜5的10点半，我们跟上人温馨座谈哈。那非常感恩上人，就是4月25，祝福我们多国语言空中造桥。
Well, to keep this date free is Friday, June the 19th, 10:30 to 11:50, where we can meet Sangren, our master, for the little talk.
所以呢，即便我们因为现在线上都非常的忙，可是我们还是要把这份忙碌呢做到每一天都很。
Well, it's important to maximize our time so that we can really put our life to good use.
但是上个星期更神奇哦，大家可以在这个画面上看一下哈。这是谁？
Well, next we'll be able to do some exercise.
有没有觉得很可爱？我们的
who are these people actually?
翻译团队，结果呢，文庆师兄他负责翻译，那其他各自在家里就动起来，跟着谁？
Yes, this is actually the translation team. We could see that they join in exercise as well.
我们的雅萍师姐，他们要一起来动了。来，雅萍，
嗨，各位线上的书友，还有我们现场的嘉宾们，大家早上好。
好，
嗨。那么呢，我今天呢讲话忽然间会觉得要更优质，因为发现我们现场的贵宾们每一个都好有气质哦。如果今天我不是慈济的家人，我只是一个会员走。
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Come, I'm going to. Must be more soft, yeah.
需要运动一下哦。好，我们请线上的书友还有我们现场的嘉宾一起来，
Today I'm not a Tzu Chi member. I'm just a starter.
一起来活动，
I am so touched by the. Everyone has a very well mannered. Let us stand. Let's stand up and follow our action. Okay, let's clap your hands. Come together. Okay. When my mother When mother is not angry, she is very beautiful. When my father is less worried, he can be very humorous. My family has reason for being busy. Our family is filled with memories of laughter and tears. My brother is working very hard to become handsome. My sister is trying to hide her emotion, but she is caring. Or enjoy going to the balcony to get stuff, to think of what we can do for our future. Very grateful for the infinity to be one family. When you are moody, when you're moody, it's not good to speak loudly. I will help you and tear together, cherishing the affinity of being together in happiness and sorrow. Then to become the journey of understanding you. After each fight makes our love for each other differ. My brother is working hard to come answer. My sister trying to help survive. We enjoy to the emerald. To think all what can fulfill you.
那边的家人要一起来哦，来开合，开合。
No, it's working very hard to become sweet. My sister is trying to hide her emotion, but she is caring. We enjoy going to the balcony to gaze at stars, to think of what we can do for our future. Very grateful for the affinity to be one family. When you are moody, it's not good to speak loudly. I will help you and tear together, cherishing the affinity of being together in happiness and sorrow. Let us be one family together forever. The journey of understanding you after each fight makes our love for each other get deeper. My family is so lovely, full of happiness and healthy. My brother full of happiness and healthy. All the brothers and sisters are humorous and our parents are grateful. They are grateful to each other. Although our house doesn't have a good garden, we often get to smell the fragrance from the flowers planted in your garden. Although our house is without a big house, it is warm during the winter and cooling during the summer.
那么有2个版本。婉珍带的就是刚才您影片看到的，那么我带的呢是另外一个版本，所以伸出你的双手，跟着我们一起来复习洗手健康操。
朋友们，你们准备
Please stand up again, don't sit. See your exercise is very important.
戴上口罩了。
There's 2 versions. There's another version. Okay, take your pen up. Okay, you do the exercise now. Okay, move. Wow. Have you get ready? Okay, take out your hand. Put on your mask. Go on the tap, and wash your hands. And wash your hands. And wash your hands before you eat. Please, must also reach. Please don't wash, don't touch. Please remember the 7 steps of washing and wash properly. Please wear your mask when you are on the water. Please remember wear your mask. When you're not in use, put the mask. Don't touch anything. Please don't touch. Remember the 7 steps of washing. Please. When you sneeze, please remember to use hand protocol. Spray on your tap. Then you wash your hands properly. Then must wash your hands before you walk. And you must also clean yourself. Don't touch, okay? Please remember the 7 steps of washing and wash and clean it. When it's a lot of people in the crowd, please wear your mask. Everywhere you go. But when you're not in use, please put the mask in your pocket. Then don't touch, okay? The 7 parts must remember.
他们穿的就是我们大爱感恩的衣服哈，所以每次他们这一团弄完以后，我们
Thank you, brothers.
一张照片哈。
Thank you so much, brothers and sisters.
他变这么优雅，我好像也不能变得太快速。好，所以呢，其实我们真的会因为接触了什么人。
Thank you so much to all brothers and sisters.
那但是这边呢，我还是要回到直播这边，请大家帮我们留言哦。尤其呢，请大家赶快传出去，因为我们的阿丽师姐即将上线了，希望在第一个时间更多人上线来留言来打气哈。丽玉师姐，谢谢你说苹果实验见证了文字、语言、符号皆有正向能量，所以上人要我们口说好话，好好说话，感恩。好，那这一边呢，我们的 Chen White Chen 他说谢谢，一直在玲在这里哈。那在这个当下里面，我们真的也非常的感恩哈。我看看有没有 YT 留言的，所以有一个 YT 留言的哦，谢谢你。好，他说 Big thanks to the translation team from the Singapore and Malaysia for professional translation. It is good to have you with us today.
This is the chat messages that are left in YT English chat. We're very thankful to Singapore Malaysian translator that have done well in translation. Even though I have not yet listened, but I trust that it is professionally done. Wow, they even want to have a copy of this translation. I guess it's a video recording. Very grateful for all your feedbacks. Please keep it coming. From the message, you could see a lot of messages. Please you can take the pictures. On my hand, you could see this book. If you have this book, please open to page 6. You could see Sister Li Ailis' signature is truly adorable. Everyone, family members, please today, Sister Chun, she's here. She could even sign on your book. Truly, this book, each of you should read this book because it's such a great book to read. Very good to look at it, whether it's images or the words. All this and the tea, it's really nice to drink. Why is it so? Because a lot of great tea is it even teaches how to make the tea as well as their side dishes aside from the tea. Truly worth it, worth buying. I think that there are a lot of very good things in this great book. So let me look at all your messages. Very good, daughter. Okay, the messages is up already in this Changhua certification, this newly certified volunteer healing. 3 generations together, they are all Tzu Chi volunteers gathering together. Tzu Chi New York charity. This sister, she purposely fly all the way to be host for this session. At the Nepal earthquake, this volunteer Ling even went there to help out. 100 days in Nepal. The footprints during these 100 days serve as a motivation to her. So she sees every moment. There's this great energy within me that tells me, I wish to do this. I must do this. Every moment, put in great effort. She is the first batch from the parents-child bonding class. After 20 years now, she is certified. Her mother and granny, they are here. So I'm truly, I think in this in my life, this is very important moment. Next, this is the progression, passing on. I hope that she could learn from granny and from mother and to master's great disciple. Such great effort in serving. Granny, as a granny, she felt truly happy. Shi-Jing family has added another disciple. Truly, this is very touching to see this. To see it's like one generation to another generation, progression, such feeling, such very heartwarming. Everyone could see, regardless wherever they are. Wherever they are together in family. Okay, another recording that you could see at Facebook. You could see, normally we hear Sister Ali with engaging with the daughter. And aside from kneeling, and what about the children? It's also mentioned of the son. Sister Ali mentioned of the son. Why is it mentioned of the son? Because as they went to went for a home visit, he shared. Sister Ali mentioned that the youngest son, he went to Japan to learn, and Sister Ali was concerned because after so long only have this son, and son went there. If the son turned into that occupation, what would happen to the family's business? But then she quickly transformed her mind. As parents, we have to let go and let the child be responsible of their future. So she could let go with that one thought. So you could see that Sister Ali is such a wise mother, right? From the image, you could see as well that she is also a very good daughter-in-law, a good mother, a good daughter. She's truly everything good. And you could see from this image that they are promoting vegetarian. And Sister Ali's her own business, they are not lacking in this. As a great, she has this business. Sister Ali, she always give out, as the CEO of this company, she always give out very nice smile, and she take good care of the mother-in-law, of the children, of the father, husband. Even husbands truly supported her efforts in doing Shi-Jing. So truly this family, they are together in this effort. They are truly deep-rooted in doing these charitable works. So the husband last year already certified as Shi-Jing Commissioner. Let us give them a round of applause. May we hope that both of them could walk together on this Bodhisattva path. And Sister Ali is truly our role model, and everyone truly admires her. She's our role model. In this book, from this book, we could hear. So everyone, let us look at. Okay, this is another recording. So I shared my child how to really have a good family. In that book, the author said use love as a pillar for the family, because family is our shelter. It's also to provide us support and give us energy. We will just let the recording on in the book. Ali said the mother and the father are the great supporter. The mother insisted that 9 of us, every day we must eat breakfast together. So since young, we are always together. Father, when he makes tea, even mother, when she makes tea, she is very strict on our humanistic, the way we make tea. We must smile as we are making tea. So everyone, even though we mask, we can't see, but we still need to smile, because the smile could be seen through our eyes. So through the picture, you could see the siblings, they're very close on this. So the sister, with the elder sister in the book, 208 page, Lu Xiang sister, whom we know as Sister Wu, in the hand language team. Wow, they are truly famous family. They have also guided us a lot, given a lot of guidance on the flowery arrangement. In this, she's very grateful to everyone. If you go to Caijin, you can learn from each other. So they tell her that, wow, you can. Why is it so? Because because Ali's sister, she has good affinity with many people. Let us round of applause. Sister Ali is here, I think that's why. Yes, Sister Ali is around. Wow, I really wish to be near to her, but because of pandemic, I cannot. Must have social distancing. So such is the way. Very grateful to Sister Ali, please. Thank you, Sister Mei. Just now I heard her welcoming speech. Actually, my eyes, I started to have tears in my eyes. Good day, online brothers and sisters. Bodhisattva and Ali, and live in Taiwan, Changhua. I remember in 1991, that time when masters accepted this certification, they want to share that point of time to talk about their gratitude. I was there. I had this affinity to say master talk, and I put my palms together and knelt in front of master to get me this book in 1991. Today is 2020. Looking back, recalling the past memory of 30 years, following master, using love to path this road, walking on this road. I'm so filled with dharmic joy every day because of Tzu. So I feel more blessed. So today, to introduce this book, I'm thinking the harmony of this affinity. To have this chance to speak on this tea making already 10 over years, 2019 until this year, they have been so many years. The tea making 76 series, this series that master the time they use Sutra of Infinite Meanings for this whole episode, producer of the series. Since tea making is truly part of us, when we watch this series from the beginning, the fragrance of tea to instill the wisdom in us through the flower arrangement. The Fu, Master the Fu, through the Lotus Sutra analogy part, she also guided us for us to cross this sea of samsara into sea of liberations through the flower arrangement. Another through the Da Ai series, which is talking about the truth, the real truth and the beauty part of this humanistic part. 2000, there are 306 series already from this episode. I'm really grateful I'm very grateful to my 80 years old mother-in-law and my daughter. She was still young then. She was going around. 3 generations, they were together to share on this. Happiness is not we should not take it for granted. We have to create it. This book, we have to, because of the great book, the editor at that time, Susan Yer, she asked if we could bring this love to outside, because initially it was inside. So started to go out of this recording studio. So it was the mission, turning the mission impossible into mission possible. So it started to have this program, Ali at Your Home. So we could see from the pictures, so we changed it to a lot more words and more sharings, and more importantly, 211 pages of this book. There are a lot of wondrous insights. During this 4 minutes series, 4 minutes, actually to make this 24, we have changed it into 24 minutes recording. It was truly challenging. We have 37 series from this outside documentation recording. So in that book, there are 42 books, 22001. There's another book also from the episodes. Those are very good insights from the series. We downloaded it and make it into the book. The beauty of this the family. All the three filial. He said, doctor, tell me that you have to be filial to 3 different. They said, she said in the past it was learning from the books, but now I reflect deeper into my heart. So both of us were discussing these 3 are actually the past thing, but now let's bring it to present. How do we really instill in present life? So in this book, in the present life, she was not yet married, still single. Whatever mother has taught her, the grand taught her, and more importantly, how grandmaster has taught us all these 3 teachings, different generation, different era. It could transform her into a more confident lady. Also, this book, hope that you could buy this book. Actually, in the book she mentioned, I have 3 mothers. One is the person who delivered me, and my mother-in-law, and master who gave me wisdom life. This is written by this sister Eileen. Please to read that book. So when we started started this session, she is a very selfless volunteer. She is a very good director, producer of the series. The 3 series by this producer, this Chen Ji, she's the producer for these 3 episodes. While it was recording, she realized that, as what Master said, can you use love to instill, to have a good family? So family is our shelter to support us and provide us this good energy, so long you have the heart. May I ask if your heart and the family and your children, do you have a place to talk to your family members? Actually, in your family, you should have your house should have a small corner. You decorate nicely, warmly, drink tea with them, drink water with them. So we're collecting the past. As we walk from houses to houses, we discovered that some of the words they could not say, they could not face all these words of gratitude and sorry, the words of sorry, they could finally say it out during the recording. So even though recording was truly challenging, but in Qi Ji we don't say it's hardship, we say it's loving joy, we are blessed. So as what Sister Jenny said, I'm really grateful because through the recording I could see that my daughter, my husband, every time I could see, even though I'm exhausted by the time I'm back home, but along the way, my eyes actually often filled with tears of gratitude. So Master always said, when people could touch other people, what do we do? Actually, be it if you purify other people or you, after you have purified others and you are being purified by people, you are being touched by people, while you are touching people's heart, actually you are being touched by people. People have benefited a lot. On these 30 years of volunteering, as well as being the host for this Ta'ai program, I've learned a lot. So in this Ta'ai, as a host for these Ta'ai programs, I truly realized what Master often taught us of humanistic. I'm thinking humanistic, it is the most pure, the kindness humanistic and activities. So, Sister Eileen, you are the host. Could you write a letter to promote? So I'm thinking, in my letter, I should write within the tea making, there is this engagements of the purest woman. So this is something a book which I really love to share with everyone. So Sister Shi has compiled all these notes, everything, and pass it to our producer, Wang Zihong brother. He could see you and could tell us that this is a book that is really worth to be published and to be shared. So he told us that there are a lot of pictures. We have 12 stories. We must compile and take the pictures all over again. So Wang Zihong, producer, he asked brother An 3 days if they could do it. So do you guess how many days it took us to complete this mission? 1 day? 1 day? Yes, you're right. We did, even though it was given 3 days, but we could do it all in 1 day. Imagine that, 12 stories in this book. How? Through this, through words, through pictures. I always say, pictures express words. Sorry, so I'm very grateful because in 1 day we could do whatever impossible into possible. In 16 years as host of our Thai program, recalling this story, in this book, inside is written as one moment that I could see the blessing. This 10 years, this child is a special child. Now, later she went 28 years old, mother, parents told her, so long you could move forward, strive forward, parents would accompany you. So in the car, in the transport, actually the child could hardly barely move, but in the transport, we let Yi through the eye contact and slow translation, she could tell us how she is so grateful to the parents, the mother and the father. And Master often said, Qi Ji activities is a place of spiritual cultivations for Qi Ji volunteers. We know that 慈济 cultivation. Place is for us to learn joyfully and inspire our heart. And may everyone has this blessing and wisdom. So this mother has this rare sickness, and what could the children do for the parents? So as I asked them, this is outside, aside from the recording, but we are using it now. So the child told us, hey, we know how to make cake. Can we make cake for a mother? Actually, very grateful to our Dharma producer, Sister Susan Ye. When she saw us, she said, this is very heartwarming book. She said within the tea making, the fragrance of this humanistic, it could instill into us, permitting into us. So tea is not only part of our lives, tea is also a bridge for us to communicate to each family. There will be some issues, challenges. So may I ask, who do you love most? You love your parents or your mother most, your parents most? Please raise your hand. Okay, I can see people raising your hand. Yeah, quite a lot of people love your parents. How about those who love the better half most? Those who love the children, please raise your hand. Those who love master, please raise your hand. Thank you. Teacher May told us, put your hand to your heart and say, Master, we love you. But always and always, the person who loves you most, do they love you most in the heart? But often it's very tough for them to tell you that. Often they could be the one who give you most trouble in every family. They could have this issue. So we bring tea into their family. We hope that each family, we could all drink together. So we create this scene. Maybe it's at the living side, or on the table of the living side, or maybe on the floor, or even kitchen, or even the balcony, or even the dining table. It could be within the walkway of your family. So once there was this sickly mother, so every day when she drinks tea, we will create this scene next to her bed, a very small table. So this mother, could she, at night, she could tell her husband, I'm so grateful to you. So this scene, it is really precious, it's always there. Just like Master's love is always there. So we could choose different types of tea ingredients. Some people say maybe morning suitable. Some people say, hey, after afternoon, if I drink them, I don't feel comfortable. So it depends. So we look at the people, whether the parents or the young children, we will ask normally, when is their preferred tea time and tea that they love. And we also, the arrangement of tea, whether they have any preference. But most of the time, we will just try to source it locally. We don't have to buy it from very far away places. Actually, even every family, when we go to interview, when we go for a recording, we could find, we don't bring our own sets, our own decoration sets. Because from there, from their maybe old cupboard, their past things, the things that they have. So there was once this insurance company passed us, give them a gift set, but they have never opened it, so we could even use that. So creating different scenes, like what you see here, such a little flower, that is from the children planted it. So you see, they could create a different atmosphere. And this scene that you could see, we hope that they could understand us better and see better. So from that book, what book is it? Master Plan. So the master, recollecting the past. Okay, there are a lot of very fond memories through the phone. We called them and asked. They say they're okay, then we create engaging them to understand. Or maybe sometimes they say okay, when we arrive there, maybe they will say that they have certain things to share, or they will tell us maybe they want to rest for a while. Actually, there are a lot more considerations during this recording. So Master tell us, human, we have unlimited potential. Don't ever underestimate ourselves. So Master asks us to be mindful. Mindfulness is the professionalism. So we could always borrow effort from each other. Each other's support very important. So once during our guidance, they could let go whatever they could. In the past, they cannot share it, but now they could share it. So we asked Sister Ivy, do you know the person? How come you have this power that could make this person to express the thoughts in their deepest thoughts? So actually, it is the pure heart. And you could touch people, feeling their sufferings, their pain, and feeling their joy. So during this engagement, the whole family, everyone could sit together and very honestly facing each other. We could engage and talk. Even there is no answer, we could be understanding, accommodating, and tolerate each other, empathetic. So during the 37 stories, some people after reading it, they ask why, how come end of the day there are only 12 stories? Actually, there are 37 stories. Hopefully, they will be the balance will be released. There are a lot of stories about mother, daughter, fathers, and kids, and the parents, and the passing on. And very importantly, some being at peace means when the person passes on their message, final message. Masters reminded us very important to pass on this message of law of nature, impermanence. I think that those seated and online, they would think that I'm very sure that so long I follow Master closely, I will come back to Tzu. We could be others' benefactor in your life. Have you encountered any benefactor who have guided us, helped us, or scolded us, giving us the teaching, providing the path for us in our life? If we have this benefactor, could we too be other people's benefactor? So Master tells us the suffering ones, they couldn't come out. So those blessed ones, we must enter into your life, using our life, one life to teach another life, using one life to guide one more, to inspire another, to overwhelm another. So that's why the life is more valuable, more purposeful. Dearest online people and everyone, our life can be more valuable, more purposeful. Master said during this Dharma of era degenerations is also the great lessons for the era. Jingsi lineage to spread globally. So this year, I'm 65 years old, but because I'm in Tzu, suddenly, how old am I? I suddenly become 15 years old. Where's my 50 years? I put it in the treasury age deposit, so I'm only 15 years. I never thought that I could reach this. I mean, I could enjoy the old people benefit. I just follow Masters. Whatever Master asks me to do, I will do it. So, urging myself that this life of mine to make it more meaningful and purposeful. So Master said to serve, to do something which is beneficial. That time passes, we keep doing the kindness. So Master said, so our humanistic, actually our virtue will also be benefited. So Master guided us to walk on this bodhisattva path, to cultivate. Master said to cultivate actually is to cultivate our virtue. I purposely choose these words, Singaporeism. The most beautiful in the sky is the stars. Humans is the sincerity and warm, heartwarming. Where is it? Truly, this year is also Changhua Jin Town. The school, we are entering 20 years School of Humanistic. I purposely choose this image in Changhua Jin. Those sisters and wearing the robe of endurance. They are. Actually, they are all the students initially. That problem when they enter us. Now they are volunteers. And later they certify into commissioners. And they are inspired to pass on the great Dharma through team making. To share Tzu's Dharma. So every time I look at this picture, I will think that I need to be more hardworking and more diligent. Actually, we all can. Masters from the Chapter 21, Transcendent Power and Trustment, and now former deeds of Medicine King. All these are chapters so inspired, and I told myself I must pass on the Dharma and promote it further. The sense of blissfulness once In China, there's this very famous person. He came to Taiwan. So within the 2 hours, he asked me, he knows that the most beautiful scene in Taiwan is what? It's human. He said, Sister Ivy, 2 hours. May I realize the most beautiful scene in Taiwan? So of course I brought him to drink tea. So from this very heartwarming tea, from that we started. He knew that I'm a volunteer. So with tea we engaged. Actually, the main topic is the human. Regardless whether the tea is the most expensive or the cheapest, whether it needs to be most expensive, you know that in this world, the healthiest tea is from where? Correct, our own tea plantation, Jing Shi tea. You're right. It is truly the respectful of the earth, Mother Earth, and Mother Nature. Live in accord with the nature. It is truly human is the main topic. So Jing Shi tea making already 31 years since the beginning until now, 31 years. Once I went back to Hualien, I have mentioned before, right? Wish to share more with the master. There was this time, so I said, Master, what tea do you like most? What tea is the best? You know what Master replied? Master said, drinking tea. I don't know, but the best tea is one with humanistic, with humans value in. So 精致 art tea making.
尊重心，还有爱心哦。那么感恩心就是端捧茶盘，尊敬心呢，奉上茶盏，爱心呢，微笑颔首。请问你会喝茶吗？喝茶有礼节的哦。那么喝茶礼节就是巴利法的第7礼法。那么喝茶礼节有3好，就是心花好愿，口说。
May I know? Do you know how to drink tea? So there are 3 goodness in drinking tea. First is to make good vows, say good words, and do good deeds. In this book, it will describe all this goodness. So please buy a book and bring back to read. And this book, I will always give it as a gift to all my friends who are marrying off their children. And this person, she has got breast cancer, and the whole family were very worried. And
so she slowly slowed down, and she could feel that the children are truly filial. So she could transform her suffering into joy. So when we talked to her that day, there was this typhoon, there was this cold wind coming. Her whole hand, holding on our cold hands, and she told us, Sister Ali, thank you to Ziji, and thank you both of you for coming to talk to me. This is what Heavenly has presented me, a good gift, such good story. When we decided to meet her, most of the time, it's the first time I know them, and this is the first time I know this person. So we went there, we could talk to them, I will talk to the mother, as well as the children. I will talk to a few people, hoping that we could have a very blissful tea session. They told me that they have prepared dinner. Midnight time, after the children have completed their homework and their dinner, we could have this tea session. And how to really do this tea session. Very grateful to the daughter. She's so small, but from the face you could see, you do not see fear, you do not see sadness. They only know that Master is receiving the treatment. Mama will surely recover because mother is really so happy and smiling. The little sister told us, Sister, we know how to make cake. Can we, during the cake, the tea session, we make this very own cake, a nice, delicious cake. And I will teach them how to make a good tea because it was night time, so we make a soothing tea. Do you know how to make tea? Some said do not know. Some said they know. Actually, you can learn even if you do not know. But how to make a nicer tea? So it needs a soothing tea. If you wish to make a very good tea, she will tell them. Some will tell me that they like milk tea. Actually, make milk, how to add it into tea? Some people ask me, is it add the tea into the milk or milk pour into the tea? May I ask? Actually, this tea, you could heat it up with water. So this milk will be more diluted. This is another tip. That is what we could do. I remember Master often tell us, however, how busy we are, we must have time to make meal for our family, to cook for our family. So what we cook, be it nice or not nice, but it's from the heart, that is truly valuable, priceless. This is what they make. You could see from the picture, the children make it themselves. The children say it's from the hotel standard tea time. So we could give the family a pleasant surprise. So be it how many tomorrows they have. Could they live every day, each day with gratitude at heart? Each day, if they could return home, to not only quickly only do their homework and quickly go and sleep, they could relax their heart and find a place and make tea. So that day, whatever they have encountered, they could share it with each other. And could they, smiling at each other, smiling at parents, and greet the parents good night. May I ask each of you, how many of you still greet each other good night? Not bad. There are some, they are greeting each other good night. Because some said each of them sleep different hours. So you must have this engagement with your family. Let them know how much you love them. Let them know how much you are grateful to them. So this diary of happiness, it is a present from the heaven. Life has a lot of challenges and suffering, but regardless whether you like it or you dislike it, can you treat it as something you have to go through and transform into good thought? If you could transform into good thought, so the sun will shine into our heart. So this family, now they are very happy because during the tea session, they could find their happiness. Inside, there is also another story about passing message before the person. Right? So this teacher Ling is our 10 years teacher. One day she told me, Ali, I have three good. What three good? She said, first, doctor said I cannot recover. Doctor said, second, the chemo could not treat me. The third, I wish to live better. Actually, how? That in Chinese is rhyme, rhythm with how. But in this is the three things that she had. Like this. So Sister Ali asked, what could I do for you, teacher? The teacher said, I do not wish to have organize a special session for this farewell. Could you do a tea session for me? A special farewell tea session? So I told myself, I must overcome all challenges. I must do this. So regardless, so with great joy, I organized this special session for this teacher. So during this session, actually we organized 2 times, 2 tea. Once there were 300 over people. The students, they came with buses from Kaohsiung to start to join us. At that point, my sister, she was already 102 years old. She was the mentor for this teacher, and a group of relatives of this teacher came too. So how could I do this session for this teacher? The teacher said, I'm proud, I'm a passing cloud. Sometimes I'll come and shake you. You do not feel like a surprise or a surprise or joy, because this is what I normally do. I could help each other, I could help each of you. So Master always often told us what we could have is the right to use this body. we do not have possession of this body. We could only have the right to use this body. So bringing this beaming, smiling, brightful happiness, this teacher, the students asked me, Sister Eileen, how do we organize this tea session? So I shared this story with them. A few years ago, Master has a book. It's called The Cycle of Beauty, The Cycle of Love. So whenever people come, people will go. So there is wherever this autumn, there is also another season. So the season will come one after another, such the nature. So for this session, farewell session, we will have all these 4 seasons inside it. We hope that the spring will come again. There is no sadness. There is no complaint. Only words of gratitude and blessings, and words of feelings of gratitude. So next, I have a few stories I wish to share. So the first story, the story of soya sauce. So in Silo, 60 years passing on this business. In the past, they make it very in ancient way. So slowly, the antique technique, people say the result is not so good. So later we found out that how to have healthy soy sauce. Let us watch this video. 2 sons have also joined the business and helped the parents. And they even transform the brand. Oh, you drink like that? Oh, it's truly very salty. Actually, soy sauce is salty, but there's this fragrance, bitterness after that. There is this actually fragrance. This could make us recall our past when we were young, right? The childhood time. The elders, he's into languages, and the young into engineering. They're from different degrees, but they are really to come. Do they have different thinking from you? Yes, definitely they have different thinking because they are from younger generations and our generations. We have such great gap. Master said, parents are the children's best role model for them to mirror. So when we do the hardest work, we could ask them to come over and do with us. I also hope such. I believe that regardless whatever you're saying, maybe we may think that it's different from our parents, but we could realize our parents, you know what your father said, your soya sauce father said, he really hoped that both of you could quickly learn everything on my trade and take over from me. This is truly not easy. This is my father's book. That is carved that both of you here, that he could pass on these responsibilities to both of you. The father choked in emotions when sharing this. You could see it's not easy. Father to pass on his legacy to the children. So next life for the children to take over, their path may be different from us. What they face may be different from us because of different era. So I hope to say that I'm willing to be the supporter from behind and pillar because of these different generations learning from my father. What I wish to say is very simple. That this father, but this burden, this responsibility, I will entrust it, I will take it up. Thank you. So the father, Dad, I'm sure will take up this entrustment, this responsibility. Me often, this is warm, the passion. So when I share this picture, 2018, April 30th, a group of volunteers from abroad coming here to learn tea making, coming to Changhu. And how do we promote Master's words of love? So what I wish to share is the Jingsi tea making. Shifu taught us all these principles. Simple, untainted mind, with respectfulness, with etiquette, with love and compassion, that only we could be awakened. So Masters are sharing for us to be awakened, to walk on this bodhisattva path. So walking on this tea key humanistic value I brought to each family. In each family, I could see the truth, the confidence, the words that they wish to express. Actually, love can be expressed. This is what the story between me and my daughter from Sanchong. From the book of Sanchong, you can see this. They're willing to trust me and express all their challenges, all the words at heart they're willing to tell me. So in the tea making, all this, the flow of all this truthfulness and sincerity, I think this is what Master mentioned about the four infinite mind, the Bodhisattva mind, selfless giving without seeking in return. After giving up all, we still move steadfastly. In Tzu Chi, we have this group as well as the tea making classes. We hope that we could help to promote Masters Dharma and recruit more Bodhisattva and everyone to love, enjoy learning Masters Dharma, and everyone be filled with Dharmic joy. Very kind to Sister Ali for being so professional. So in the beginning.
Okay. So when I first met with Sister Ali, it was in one of our centers, and she was teaching a class. I think all of us are still in emotion, very emotional after listening to her sharing.
Just now, Sister Ali have said that everyone, when they get married, or those with them, any festive occasion, they can send this as a gift. Actually, in the book, there are 52 stories. It is truly very touching. The third story is about this. In Taiwan, there are only these the persons with rare disease. So this story is about this very rare disease because very few people would have this sickness, and unfortunately, this family have a few stricken with this disease. Actually, they even thought of committing suicide, the whole family. But later they know that they have to smile, even though after the couple, they cried and told the heaven, yes, we will strive forward, we will be brave. We will be brave. And then we have this book share session. After Masters has shared, there are a lot of, after we have shared Masters recording, there are still time. So we share these stories. The father said, miracle. It is okay. Actually, often we will take this very bad mahjong set. How to transform it, that is the miracle part. In the book, it also teaches us also another story. You know how to make tea? To a lot of teachers, they know how to make tea. But in this book, it mentions how to really make tea. And how the ounce, how much, like the degree of water, how hot is the water, everything is explained really well. So we should promote this book. The happiness and sharing of all these blissful stories is available in the book. I'm very grateful that we could encounter Sister Ali. Please, everyone, take the book and take photo with her, scan the signature. All this activity. You could see the sisters holding the tea. Okay, regardless whatever package that we could see, we wish to share with everyone. You can Google to get more information. We are very grateful to these two sisters for sharing with us the tea. Let us go back and drink and be aspire to do good things. Okay, this is the time we are promoting this set. It is very good for you to promote and share with others as a special gift to others. It is truly very nice. And as well as you could read the book. And look at this. This is really well received. The response very good to these packages. It is packaged very well. Let me share with everyone this good news. 1st of July, our sharers, they will come again. Oh, teacher Ali, she came all the way from Changhua. So 1st of July, something we will have other sharers. Lin Suchi sister to be grateful, express her gratitude to everyone. She will come over to meet everyone live with the superintendent and receiving the tea, oolong tea. It will happen 1st July. Please, 1st July, everyone, please come. So next.
Okay, now we have the next segment called Call Out. And today we're going to call out to our Zimbabwe. And from this scene, you can see that during the Typhoon Itai, many countries, Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique, they were affected by the typhoon. And our religious department just told me that Master just mentioned about Zimbabwe yesterday. So it's amazing that Masters just talked about Zimbabwe, and today we managed to invite the Zimbabwe person in charge to come and share with us. So I replied that actually we have arranged it in advance, but it's really a nice coincidence. So whenever we are being commissioned, we are very excited. So let's take a look at Zimbabwe.
They can't go to Taiwan. So today I'm very...
This is a great day for Zimbabwe volunteers who will be certified as commissioners. So we can see that even though they are unable to come to Taiwan to be certified as commissioner, but yet they are still very diligent, and there are so many of them who became commissioners. You can see that they are wearing the badge. And actually they were very poor. And Master says that their journey of becoming a volunteer and commissioner is very, very difficult. And in such a poor condition, yet they're still able to achieve, they're still able to be commissioned. And even though they're already a commissioner, yet they are still poor, and yet they are still helping many others. So Tzu Chi is actually a heaven in their heart. And they really cherish this opportunity. During the Typhoon Itai, many people donate a small amount of money. So they all depend on Tzu Chi to provide meals for them. Since last year, more than 94% of them are unemployed. And they could empathize and they could feel for the victims of the Typhoon Itai. And they're willing to donate their little amount to help others. So it's very touching. They were really willing to donate the little amount they have. So everybody can see there's a well, and Masters always says we need to treasure water like gold. And in countries like Zimbabwe, where it is very dry, it's really very challenging. And regarding their stories, yesterday Masters Life Wisdom have mentioned a lot about Zimbabwe. And even though there is only a small group of volunteers in Zimbabwe, yet they are doing a lot of good works. This is a home of one of the local volunteers. And she says that every morning when she wakes up, she will bow to Master. Do we do that? So we are really touched by our Zimbabwe volunteers. Do you remember during our recent Global Diligent Days? And they also participated together with us. And because of the time difference, they can only attend in the early mornings of their local time at 1:30 a.m. So now let's say, I love to be with you because you have positive energy. Now we are online with Brother Zhu Jingcai from Zimbabwe, the person in charge. Kan'en for coming to share your story with us. The recent days, Masters always praise our Zimbabwe volunteers. And we are very clear of what Zimbabwe is doing. And there are many, many scenes of the past that volunteers have done in Zimbabwe. So now we are looking forward for your sharing. Dear Masters, board Masters, and everyone globally, I'm very grateful for this affinity to share with everyone the recent developments in Zimbabwe, especially during the coronavirus outbreak. Now in Zimbabwe, this week, we are coming into the second week of the lockdown. On 30th of March, we have started the restrictions, but just 3 days before that lockdown, we received news that South Africa has gone into lockdown. And at the time, I thought that Zimbabwe is a very poor country. If we go into lockdown, all these local people will suffer. And because they are poor, they have no savings. So just before the lockdown, the volunteers quickly gathered all the resources. Within 3 days, to stock them up and place it in the various local community volunteers, local communities. In the capital, there are 16 areas, 16 zones. And in the short span of 3 days, we move all the resources, the aids, the goods in all the different places. During the lockdown, we are unable to do much because the military will enforce the lockdown. So during the lockdown, I'm very worried. Even myself, I'm not able to go out. But when I thought about so many people during this lockdown who are in need, they will really go hungry. So I pray to Buddha and Bodhisattvas And amazingly, during the 4th day of the lockdown, so the customs people, so I managed to go with the customs people to go to the government department. At the beginning, they do not know how to issue the permits for the importations. Excuse me. Because they know how Tzu do the distributions, so they also try to help us, help Tzu. And we managed to get the permit for us to move throughout the whole country. And I was very happy, and quickly we took actions. And because I have the permits to move around, so I'm able to take actions. And some of our volunteers also managed to get the permits. And we quickly distribute some of the items to the needies. It was not easy because a lot of police and will be checking. During the April Diligent Day, I told all the local volunteers who wants to come and join the online Diligent Day with Taiwan. And surprisingly, everyone wants to join. Unfortunately, there is a limit. The government put a limitation to the maximum 50 volunteers. So we can only allow volunteers that are staying within 5 kilometers of the Tzu centers to come and join us. So we selected the 50 of them. And it was early morning. So some of them have to walk to get here. And it would take them 4 to 5 hours to walk to the centers. And it was very touching to see them so diligent and willing to go through the hardship to come and join in the Diligent Day. And they really cherish this opportunity. And in May, we have the Buddha bathing ceremony, which we will hope to share the next time. So I'm very grateful to have a short sharing with everybody today. 感恩. It's not easy for Brother Zhu Jingcai to share so much things in such a short 7 minutes. So let's wave to Brother Chu. Thank you so much for waking up so early to share with us. So you can watch their stories in a Master's Live Wisdom. So you can see their diligence. Okay, so we are coming to the next week's promotion. And next Wednesday, we have presenters from America and also from Guangdong, from mainland China. And in July, we have our Tzu Chi Hospital directors and also as one of the ministers. And these are the upcoming programs and presentations. So I'd like to share this with everyone, and let's look forward to these sharings. So now we come to the final. These are the comments and feedbacks from our YouTube chat.
And learn so much more awareness about the tea now, and engraver in my mind now. 所以他觉得你这个是非常 fantastic 的一个 sharing， 所以阿丽丝姐非常的感恩你带给我们很多。那我们也许在礼拜三的时候很多人上班族，但是我们的直播无论是
Everybody were grateful to Sister Ali for her sharing about tea and appreciation of tea and how it applies to our daily life, the meaning of our life. So our recording will still be around for you to rewatch again for those who didn't have the chance to watch today. And also thanks to people from all over the place. And everybody were praising Sister Ali for being a good mother, good daughter. And we have comments from Beijing. Very, very, very contagious to see Ziji's smiling faces. Everybody says that Sister Ali is great. And the stories are very touching. Let's say together, I like to be with you because you have positive energy. Okay, some other comments that were not mentioned, I will say it in the next week due to the shortage of time. So let's all stand and pay our respect to the Buddha. 3 bows. First bow, second bow, third bow. 完了吗？对不对？结师兄。